Good evening, Niranjan. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Niranjan? Okay. We'll wait for another 5 minutes for everybody to join. Good evening, everyone. Shall we start?
Good evening, ma'am.
So today's class is about our environment. You have any doubts in how do organisms reproduce? Any of you?
No, ma'am.
All of you have gone through the assignment? Just unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoever can talk, just unmute your speakers. You can talk to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You can hear me, all of you?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you have any doubts in how do organisms reproduce, life process, heredity?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All are perfect?
Perfect, ma'am.
I'll ask you a few questions. Can I
Okay,
ask any of these 3 chapters?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What is the question? What is the function of the cilia in the respiratory tract? Niranjan, you don't answer. What is the function of cilia in the respiratory tract?
Ma'am, the cilia collects the dust that enter our respiratory tract along with the oxygen, ma'am. It also keeps the nasal cavity moist.
Cilia keeps the nasal cavity moist?
Ma'am, it secretes mucus.
No, cilia does not secrete any mucus. Cilia, as you told, it will remove the dust in the air and helps in the transport of the air towards the lung, larynx trachea. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Next. Since we are nearing your boards and this will be a final revision class, we'll see if any more revision classes are there. One thing I want to tell you all when you are writing your science paper, okay, whether it is physics, chemistry or biology, please listen. Anywhere a small diagram you need to present is there in that answer, whether they ask you in your question or not. You try to put the diagram wherever required. Okay, in the science paper. It can be physics, chemistry, and also biology. Always we have a diagram. Next, second thing, when you are studying, please don't leave activities and the case studies. The yellow boxes and also the activities. You will be getting questions from those boxes also, especially the 1 mark questions. Okay, next, okay, I'm going to tell you about the chemistry also. In chemistry, always write the equation in form of a formula only. Don't write in a form of a word. Even if they ask you the photosynthesis reaction also, you write in form of a formula. In the below, you give the label. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And another thing, today is the last first one. I'll talk to sir. You will be having 4 chapters altogether exam in biology.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So you don't have any doubts. Can you explain the how is sex determined in turtles? Any of you?
Ma'am, they need a temperature below 27 degrees, ma'am.
What will get below 27 means?
Female.
Male or female?
Female.
And about that, another temperature for female males is
32 degrees, I guess, ma'am.
remaining people are not answering.
It's 32
Fine.
degrees. ma'am.
Yeah, what you told is correct only. Next one, next question, just to test yours. What is the function of pepsin?
It's a protein digesting enzyme.
Hey, you don't tell remaining people, let them tell.
Ma'am, it
Pepsin
converts
converts protein into amino
peptones or
acids.
amino acids.
What is the function of lymph? I'll ask the name. Srilekha. Srilekha,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me the function of lymph.
Limbs?
Lymph.
Limbs.
Lymph, lymph.
It's present all over our body, ma'am. It basically takes up it reabsorbs. That's its main function.
No, it's wrong. Open your textbook. Open your textbook. Go to life process chapter. Circulatory system. You have gone through it. We went to the page where lymph heading is there.
Ma'am, lymph has less protein than plasma, no, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes.
It does
it's a
not
yellow-
have coagulatory proteins.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, Srilekha, what is the function of the lymph? Go through that paragraph and tell me the function of lymph.
It helps in
Harshit, 1 minute, wait. Let her tell.
Okay, ma'am. Lymph is a type of fluid which is involved in transportation. It is also it is called tissue fluid also. And there are pores present in the walls of capillaries, and some amount of plasma proteins and blood cells escape into intercellular places of tissues to form this lymph. And it is similar to plasma of blood, but it is colorless and it contains lesser protein.
lymph is yellow color, no, ma'am?
Lymph is colorless.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Many lymphs join together to form a large lymph vessels, finally open into larger veins.
Okay. Main function what?
Oh, it carries a digested and absorbed fat from the intestine and drains excess fluid from extracellular spaces.
That is the main function of the lymph.
There are
Again,
lymph.
repeat.
Ma'am, can I add one more point?
Let her repeat. Repeat clearly and properly.
Lymph carries digested and absorbed fat from intestine and drains excess fluid from extracellular space back into the blood.
Next, now you can add the point.
The lymphatic cells like lacteals help in absorbing fats which is present in the blood vessels.
Yes. Lacticels.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Next question. What are the enzymes that digest fats?
Lipase.
Okay.
Trypsin and lipase.
I'll ask the question and give the name also. Only that person will answer. Okay. What is the function of the plasma? Divya. Divya, she left again. Harshida.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the function of the plasma.
Plasma transports food, carbon dioxide, and nitrogenous waste in dissolved form.
Yes, good. Okay, let us start with our environment. It's a very, very small chapter. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
So all this, nothing much to explain here. I'll tell you all the most important questions. The one of the 3 marks in question is difference between the biodegradable waste and the non-biodegradable waste. Another thing, please note, if they ask you for 3 marks means don't write only 3 points. You'll write at least 4 or 5 points. 5 marks means don't write only 5 points. You write at least 6 to 7 points. Okay? Based on your time and feasibility, you try to include more points. Okay? So this is the difference between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. I think so all of you know about it. One of you can tell it out. Yes, ma'am.
What is bioconcentration?
Bio?
Concentration.
Bioconcentration is not there for you all. Biomagnification is there.
There's a point in biodegradable waste, 5th point, ma'am.
Oh, bioconcentration means it does not get accumulated.
Oh, that is exactly magnification.
It does not get accumulated. It always gets degraded easily. Okay. Here you can see concentration of biomagnification. Next one. What are the examples of artificial ecosystem?
Aquarium.
Yes, this is 1 mark question. You'll be getting as a 1 mark. Okay. Now, can you classify the aquatic systems? Classify the aquatic ecosystem. One of you tell.
Marine ecosystem and freshwater reserves.
No. A natural ecosystem, artificial ecosystem. In case natural aquatic ecosystem and artificial aquatic ecosystem, same anywhere. If they ask you terrestrial also, it can be classified again into natural and artificial. So natural, what will come? In case of aquatic ecosystem, rivers, sea, oceans will come as the natural aquatic ecosystem. What are the artificials? Man-made lakes, aquariums, all these comes as the artificial aquatic ecosystems. Okay. So if they ask you to classify, don't be confused. It's nothing but natural and artificial. So I think so all of you know about these herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. They may be asking you as a 1 mark question solved. So what are decomposers? What is the importance of the decomposers? What are decomposers and what is the importance of the decomposers? One of you can tell.
Decomposers are those which transfer organic, inorganic substance to organic waste.
Yes. Or they try to degrade the nitrogenous waste and the dead decays of the plants and animals. Okay, if in a more simpler term. And why those are very important? Why these are very important? Because why they are important is first this help to degrade the waste. Second, they will be able to recycle the nutrients. Okay, they will be able to recycle the nutrients into the biosphere. From the dead and decaying organism, they will be able to recycle back to the another trophic level or whatever it is. Okay, and they will be able to produce during this degradation process. They also produce some acids which will be able to solubilize many minerals. So because of this, if they the decomposes are very important for the ecosystem stability. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I think so. Abiotic factors, all of you know, that is water, carbon, gases, minerals. All these comes as the abiotic factors and climatic factors. Next one. So this is the what? Can you one of you tell me the definition of food chain?
Flow of energy from one trophic level to another.
Flow of energy, food energy from one organism to a next organism or one trophic level to the next trophic level is known as. And if they ask you examples, if they ask you 2 trophic levels, you please 3 trophic levels, you go up to secondary consumers. If they ask you 4 trophic levels, go up to the tertiary consumers. If they ask you to write a food chain with 5 trophic levels, go up to the quaternary consumers. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
With the example, same, you can repeat this
Ma'am?
example only. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, in example for this one, ma'am, or in a sample paper they have given phytoplankton, zooplankton. What is that, ma'am?
That comes under biomagnification.
Okay, ma'am.
That is also one tropical level chain only. From phytoplants or zooplants, first it goes to the smaller fishes. From smaller fishes to larger fishes, like that.
Okay,
That is the aquatic ecosystem or aquatic food chain. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So these are many of them. Next, why these food chains are very important? Because they help in transfer of energy from one organism to the other organism. And also there will be movement of toxic substances like pesticides, weedicides, which we commonly call as biomagnification. So this is the importance of food chain. Next, what is the food web? 2 or 3 food chains, if they are interconnected, it is known as the food web. Okay, so these 2 food chain and food web, either they will be asking as a separate 1 mark questions or as a 3 marks question. The difference between the food chain and food web. So you need to write all these 3 to 4 differences between the food chain and the food web. If you don't have, you can take a screenshot. Done?
Yes.
Next, what are trophic levels? This you need, when they ask you, you need to tell what is a trophic level. Is a category where each step in a food chain is known as a excuse me 1 minute. Each step in a food chain where the transfer of food energy takes place is known as the trophic level. So when they ask you the trophic level, please write the definition and all these levels in detail. And also put the pyramid diagram. And in this pyramid diagram, you will be getting this 10% law. And you will be getting it as your problem, especially in case study or in this, you will be getting a problem. So now I'll be giving you all a problem. You work out and tell me. Are you noting down?
Yes, ma'am.
The sun releases 1 lakh joule of energy. How much of energy reaches to the tertiary consumers?
Ma'am, tertiary consumers. Oh, sun.
Work the problem and tell me the final one. All of you, you put me a message. All of you, I'll be checking the message.
Ma'am, got it, ma'am.
Wait, you put only the message. I'm checking your charts. Over all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yours is wrong, Teja. Check your answer again. So what is the amount of energy the sun is going to release here?
1 lakh joules.
I told?
1 lakh joules.
Huh?
1
1
lakh
lakh.
joules.
1 lakh joules I have told. So from this is the amount of energy the sun is releasing. How much amount of energy the first trophic level, that is the producers usually capture, that is the plants?
1 lakh.
1,000.
No.
1 lakh.
No. You can see here the plants capture only 1% of the sunlight. So 1% means how much?
1,000.
Yes, it is 1,000. You understood, Teja?
Yes.
Plants will capture only 1% of the sunlight. So the lower producers will be having 1,000. From 1,000, only 10% will be transferred to the primary. So it will be 100. Finally, secondary consumers will be having 10. Tertiary will be having 1K. Only Sri Lanka was the correct. Niranjan, you also did the mistake. You put 10 joules. It is not 10 joules. I have asked you tertiary consumer. It will be 1 kilojoule. Okay. So please remember, this answer may be coming for you all as a case study. They will give you some story and simply ask you all to calculate. This is the way to calculate. That's all. Forget that you go through the story and see that this whatever, if they ask you 1,000, only the energy released by the sun is 1,000 joules. How much will be the producer's energy?
1,000.
Producers.
Producers, that is plants. No, can you tell the question again, ma'am?
Sun's energy is 1,000 kilojoules.
Then 1%. 10?
10 joules.
Yes, it's
10
10.
kilojoules.
Yes. And how much will be having the secondary consumers?
1.
1.
Secondary.
1.
No.
Oh, secondary is 0, I guess.
0?
Joules. They won't receive energy.
0.1. Don't tell they don't release energy. 0.1 kilojoules. You can put even in form of decimal.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So you can even put in form of decimal. Please remember. You don't, if you after
Excuse me,
1
ma'am.
joule it's over, don't think. You can put 0.1, 0.01 also, no problem. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Actually, I'm having an appointment at the doctor now by 6:30.
Okay, you can go. No problem.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So now the most important 3 marks question. This is biomagnification. Whatever you have asked, no, this is the chain. Tejas, I think so. You asked zooplankton to small fish to big fish, and big fish will be caught by the eagle. So what is biomagnification? Accumulation or increase in the concentration of the harmful chemicals as they pass on from one trophic level to the other trophic level. So the highest trophic level will be having a lot of accumulated pesticides or any other things. Okay, this is phenomenon is known as biomagnification. And please, whatever example is suitable for you, whatever chain you feel is very suitable for you. Mostly we use this water chain only. That is for zooplanktons to small fishes to large fishes, and from large fishes to eagle. Put an arrow to the top, towards the top and right. There is an increase in the way pesticide from lower trophic level towards the higher trophic level. Okay, and put a chain pointing towards the upwards. Foot chain or will be going towards the sideways. This will be going towards the upwards. So write the definition properly, give a small example, and also put this diagram properly. Then you will get the full marks. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, plasma is yellow colored, ma'am. I checked it out.
Less plasma is yellow color. Lymph is colorless.
Lymph is also yellow color, ma'am, and it turns white, ma'am.
And that's what white.
Okay, ma'am.
And it is filtered, it will be like white, it's colorless.
Okay, ma'am.
So what is ozone? How is it formed? Why is ozone very important? The most important 3 marks question. On how many of you know this one?
I know, ma'am.
Can one of you tell what is a ozone? Harshita.
Ma'am.
Tell me what is ozone?
Ozone is a deadly poisonous gas present in the upper stratosphere, ma'am. It is formed by the splitting by the UV rays, ma'am. O2 is splitted into O2 is split into free oxygen molecules, and it combines with oxygen to form ozone, ma'am.
Okay.
It protects the.
Don't tell combines with oxygen. Oxygen combines with that free react to O and forms into ozone. You tell me like that.
Okay, ma'am.
Why it's very important?
Ma'am, it is a protective blanket around the earth with which protects the earth from the harmful ultraviolet rays.
So what are the damage? What are the chemicals that cause damage to the are causing damage to the ozone?
CFCs.
And where those are released?
Refrigerators, air conditioners.
So what is the agreement? First of all, let me go back. What is UNEP? Write the full form of UNEP.
United Nations Environmental
Program.
This is 1 mark question. Please remember, UNEP one. They have asked so many times. And in how do organisms reproduce? What is IUCD? What is IUCD?
Intraceptive intraceptive.
No.
Ma'am, I know. Inotrin. One second, ma'am. Ma'am, can you tell it once again, ma'am?
IUCD.
Intrauterine contraceptive device.
Intrauterine contraceptive. Please remember uterus, then you'll remember you. Okay. Add intra to it, contraceptive devices, that's all. Okay. So even UNEP is also one of the important. So what it did is UNPP, the United Nations Environmental Program, they have come to the agreement to freeze the CNC protection. And this is known as Kyoto Protocol, and it is agreed by all the countries. So I'm not giving anything extra. This anything extra is this was given in the textbook. Since it is in the textbook, these terms will be asked in the 1 mark question. Another thing is why the you people have told what is the chemical which is harmful to the ozone. CFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons. But what it does to the ozone? Can anybody tell?
Greenhouse effect.
No. What it does to the ozone? How it does? How it destroys ozone?
Ma'am, it makes the ozone layer thinner.
Thinner, how? That reaction. Chlorine molecules react with the free O molecule, forming CLOs. So when there is no free O molecule is there, ozone will be not formed. Due to this, the thinning of the ozone takes place. Understood? Shall I repeat again? The chlorine molecules in the chlorofluorocarbons react with the free oxygen atom and form CLO, chlorine oxide or chlorine oxide. So due to the non-availability of the or low concentration of the free O or oxygen atom, the ozone layers will not, new ozone layer cannot be formed. Due to this, the thinning of the ozone layers happens. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you written it?
Yes,
Ma'am, then
ma'am.
why 200 years ago there was no ozone layer, ma'am?
At that time we rapidly used. Now after we started to follow, many countries have started to follow, especially non-release of CFS, carbon monoxides and all those, where a lot of environmental awareness was brought out. So now in some, the ozone layer, the ozone layer gets on regenerate. So now again the black spots were covered.
Okay, ma'am.
So next final one, mostly they will ask you the 3 R's, that is reuse, recycle, regenerate. What are the 3 R's and how useful they are to the?
Reduce, recycle.
So this is landfills, recycling, incineration, production of biogas and manure, and preparation of compost. These are the different techniques which helps in the proper garbage disposal. So with this, we have to finish this chapter. It's a very, very small chapter. You will not get any 5 marks question from this chapter. Mostly 3 marks and 1 mark questions maybe you will be getting most. 5 marks question usually belongs to how do organisms reproduce and life process only. Hope all of you got it. Any doubts?
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
What, ma'am?
Ma'am, you said that chlorine reacts with oxygen, ma'am, to makes the ozone thinner, ma'am. How can chlorine and oxygen react with each other, ma'am? Since both they
Chlorine
are
can react with
non-metals.
oxygen. That is the reaction, no?
Ma'am, but both are non-metals, no, ma'am. How can a non-metal can react to a non-metal, no, ma'am?
Oxygen is not in O2 condition, no?
Then, ma'am, oxygen is in which state, ma'am? Right?
It is going to react with the free O. Oxygen not, with the free reactive O. It is in a reactive state, no?
Ma'am, but then how a non-metal can react with a non-metal, no, ma'am? Only metals can react with non-metal, no, ma'am.
I don't know much about it. Anyway, I'll message you the doubt.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So any doubts? So with this,
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, what is the difference between syndrome and symptom, ma'am?
Syndrome.
And symptom.
Symptoms means the sign of your illness. If you get for example, for corona, what are the symptoms? Fever, headache, body pains. Those are called as symptoms. Syndrome is a disease. Most of the syndromes are the genetical disease, means where we inherit from the parents to the offsprings, like Turner syndrome, or many diseases are there. Many syndromes are available. So those are known as the syndromes.
Okay, ma'am.
So, ma'am, can we say that syndrome is a different name for disease, or are there any difference in between?
Mostly, it's not a means it is a genetic disorder. Means any chromosome deletion or addition will be happening, mostly in the syndromes. For example, in Turner syndrome, there will be not 22 autosomes. Only 21 autosomes will be present. Due to that, there will be some defect in the body and all those things. So they are collectively called as Turner syndrome.
But ma'am, disease
is different. Disease is that which it can be mostly transmitted by the organisms. It either affects the any one part, either like one part of the body or something like that. Syndrome is different. It is a genetic disorder.
But in AIDS, that is a sexually transmitted disease. It's not genetic, ma'am.
What, ma'am?
AIDS, they are sexually transmitted diseases, and they're not genetic.
AIDS is a sexually transmitted diseases,
but that is a syndrome.
Syndrome, why we call it as a syndrome is because it does not affect only one part of the body. Okay, as the disease progresses, multiple parts of the body are affected. So that is collectively known as syndrome.
Okay, ma'am.
Means it does not only for as it the disease progresses, first the immune system will be decreasing, immunity of the person will be decreasing. Due to that, again secondary effect infections will be coming. So all together they have called it as a syndrome.
Okay, ma'am.
Any more doubts?
Ma'am, what is annual, ma'am?
Huh?
Suppose pea plant is an annual.
Animal means?
Annual.
Annual means once in a year it gives flowering.
Okay, ma'am.
Biennial means once in 2 years it gives flowering. Perennial means it gives flowering all throughout the year.
Okay, ma'am.
Any more? So you can, with this, I'm closing the session. If you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp me. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.